Hey guys, Jazz back with another video. In this video, we're gonna go over basically we started selling off some of our stuff. As you guys can see, got about 2.1 million coins, and I still have a shit ton of more investments. I'm gonna show you in a little bit. I've got a lot of power ups. I still have a lot of power ups, and we had a lot of most of the power ups that came out today. We had the Joey Bosa. We had like 11. Lane Johnson's, I think I had like 6 or 7. I had Staley, I had like 5 or 6. Ngakwe, we had about 6 or 7. Linval Joseph, because I've invested on any power up that's really dirt cheap. I just invested in them and just wait till they get a card. Basically, I have a lot of them. One thing I want to teach you guys that I never actually went over is how to sell cards. I believe a lot of people actually don't know how to sell cards on Madden. Like, let's just go into the auction house real quick, because this is a big thing when you're investing, is how to post cards, because there's going to be very different prices that you're going to be selling at throughout the day. So like me as a buyer, as a smart buyer, when I go and I check a card out, let's say if I'm looking at let's say you want Khalil Mack, right? If you see a lot, this is like the base price. So you see how a bunch of these are like you got 4 cards that are kind of like log jammed. What you do here is you sit here and wait for somebody to undercut to then buy, because you want to get a good deal. These are all, and then eventually if you're up here, wow, nobody's doing anything, you're gonna just buy this one, right? That's what's gonna happen. But what happens is when a lot of people are investing in stuff, if you go and I post 10 cards and there's a bunch of people just holding on to these to sell them. So we're all investing. Let's say everybody has 10 Khalil Max, right? If I go and I put 10 straight for 250, none of those are gonna sell. Why? I'm gonna put 10 straight cards at 250. Somebody's gonna come and undercut, and then there's gonna be another idiot who does the same tactic, put 10 cards at 220, and that's setting the baseline. This is the baseline right here. This is the baseline currently right here. So once you put 10 cards at one price, you set the baseline so for people to go under you. And then if somebody else comes up, and that's how cards plummet in price, especially investment cards, you should never do that. You post one card at a time. You never go and max post one to put a bunch of cards up at the same time. You just don't do that. Unless cards are going to a set and you know the set price and you're sniping and reselling them and people are just buying them to throw them to sets, that's different. But for people to use them as power-ups, those are investments. You don't sell cards like that, all right? That's not a way to sell cards. And we're going to go show you. I probably should have sold. These two were actually shown last night. And I think they were going for a little bit more, because then what happened, what I just talked about happened. I mean, we made a lot of coins, but people were undercutting the shit out of cards and posting cards like crazy. You never want to flood the auction house on your own investment. Don't ever, one card at a time. You should never flood the what did I go into? My auctions. Okay, you should never flood the auction house with any card that you're invested in. You put one card. I never post more than one card at a time. Let me see, because the auction house is like all over the place. I did sell a lot of like my top end cards or whatever, so I basically sold off my team, because this is what happens. Every Thursday weekend league starts, prices usually come up. I was a little bit scared because this year more than ever they're dropping content like crazy. Like tomorrow they're gonna drop more content. I think NFL Superstars is gonna come out with a new batch, and if they're dropping constant content, I don't know what effect that was gonna have on my top end cards. So I was kind of scared on some of those cards, so I just wound up selling them. I was gonna sell them anyway this weekend for weekend league. Normally I would sell them today, but I actually sold them yesterday because I knew there was something coming today, and then the next day there's another thing, and then on Saturday there's there's legends. So constant content can sometimes drop the value. It's always good to sell though on Thursdays, because a lot of people are building their top end players. When you got top end cards, it's good to sell on Thursday and Friday. Because a lot of the top end players are playing weekend league. They start, maybe they lose a game, maybe somebody's not performing. They start upgrading their teams, and that's how a lot of cards go up in value. A lot of the higher end cards go up in value during the weekend league. Even some of the lower end cards, because then there's like casual people like, all right, let's get a little squad, a little budget squad together and get, go out there and play some games. So as you guys can see, the Fletcher Cox. No, I bought a bunch of Fletcher Cox for like 8 or 10K, and I started selling them off. But that's something different. These are different. Let's see, some of the Lane Johnsons, I think they're down here. Lane Johnson for like 19K. Again, I was buying Lane Johnsons for around 2.5 to 4,000 coins. That was like the price range I was willing to buy at. And I wound up selling the ones. That's why I didn't have a bunch, because mostly his baseline before this was like 4,000. And I'm always trying to get a good deal, because even if nothing happens, I can always sell it for 4,000. So I was always trying to get it for like 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 3,500. So I was never able to get a bunch of Lane Johnsons, but he did go up to 20K. So I was able to get all 7 of them off around 20K, maybe sometimes 17 something. Depends, because a lot of times people will dump all their cards in the market, and that really affects the investment because everybody it just crashes and it just creates chaos, and everybody starts undercutting everybody. So you always want to post one card at a time. Joey Bosa's one I probably should have sold yesterday, because I think I could probably got some off for like 18, 19, 20K. But then again, a lot of people started, the auction house started getting flooded, so it's just always post one card at a time. If you post a card and you start getting undercut by a lot, take your card out the block and then post it again. Don't have multiple of your cards, because when somebody goes to see a card and they see like 60 cards on the market, they know it's a frenzy right now. It's a feeding frenzy. They're not gonna, now if they go and there's only 10 cards on the auction house, they're like, holy shit, this card is like going extinct. So there's a difference. So you never want to flood the card. A lot of people did that with a lot of, I had Level Jofas, but that's one. He's not selling for a lot. I'm probably getting him off now as the market calmed down. Like Ngakwe is one I had like 7 cards. Yannick Ngakwe, and his price plummeted. I was getting him for like 2.5. His price is like 1.5. That's the only one I've lost. But again, I'll just hold on to it until he gets a new card later on down the line. I don't really care. Like, I don't need like a couple. I only have like 6 of them anyway, so it's not a big deal. Liverpool Joseph, I was getting for like 800K. 1,000. So even if I'm doubling, tripling my coins with him, so it doesn't really matter. Staley was going for like 3K. So at the end, I had to sell him off for like 7,000 because people were just undercut like crazy. But initially, I got some off for like 13, as you see right there, 13. I was getting them off for around 14, but then people just kept flooding the market with these cards. And again, you should only be posting one of those investments at a time. And I'm going to show you, I have a shit ton of investments. But that's a big thing on knowing when and how to sell cards. You want to make it the cheapest. I find it really strange and stupid, people who post cards that are not the cheapest on the block. You should always, if you're looking to sell card, if it's not the cheapest, it should be really close to the cheapest. You should know that the cheapest one probably is going to sell. Like if there's a bunch of cards for 20K and somebody posts one for 12, 13, you know that's going to sell right away. So you don't want to post it for under 12 or 13. You want to post it probably, you could post it for like 18 something, because you know every other card on the block is like 20. So you post it for like 18, 17. You don't have to undercut that guy who just basically just trying to get rid of a card. But don't flood the market either, because then you create another baseline. You always want to put one card at a time. If you know the lowest is 20, throw one up there for 18. Once it sells, you look back again, it's still going for 20, throw one up for 18. Once it sells, okay, look back again, see what you gotta always look, because now maybe the baseline dropped to like 18, so now maybe you gotta throw one up for 16. But again, one at a time. Don't throw 16. Okay, I'm gonna put 10 of these up there for 16. No, you're gonna drop the value down of the card. So now other people are gonna undercut you, and then you're gonna have to take those cards on the block and then repost them again for a lower price than if you could just keep throwing them up there one at a time, boop, lobbing them up there and making money. But a lot of people, they try to do is just throw all their cards in the market at the same time. That's a bad idea. Let's go to programs. We have 490 power-ups. Yeah, I mean we're neck deep in the shit. We have a lot, and I mean I have a lot of certain cards, but I try to vary. I don't try to go too crazy, but again, these are like popular cards that when they get their power-ups. The only one I don't have a lot is Drew Brees, because Drew Brees for some reason doesn't go for that cheap. On that, this one's not actually that bad of a price, but for the most part, some days they're mostly 4Ks, the cheapest you find up. So I try to get them for like 2.5 usually, because again, quarterbacks sometimes if they get an underwhelming card, that's what happened with some of the investments today. They got somewhat underwhelming cards, so they didn't go crazy. But you see, I got Joey Bosa's for like 2.5, 3K, and I wind up selling them for like 12, 13, 14. That's 4 times you're profiting crazy money right there. But, I mean, it could have been crazy if they would have got a sick card. I mean, his card could have went up to like 30K. Cam is one I'm getting a lot of, because when he does get a card, Cam is a really popular guy, but I try to get really good price, like 2K or something, and I'll get it. Like, there's no rush in these. Like, I don't think Cam is going to get a card, like, anytime soon, so I'm taking my time. Whenever I see one for 2K, I pop it. I'll show you through all of one who I'm big on, but, I mean, is David Johnson. I have a lot of David Johnsons. I try to get them all for under 2K. Anytime I see something for under 2K, I get it. Even if his price goes to like 6K, I'm going to make like probably like a couple of 100,000 off of David Johnson once he gets a card, because he's pretty fast. I think he's like 83 and he's a low overall. If he gets like an 88 card or something like that, his speed is going to be really good. He's going to be a card that a lot of people are going to want. Maybe he gets some MUT Heroes and he gets a crazy one that gets unlocked something. So, I've got, and Devontae Freeman has gotten MUT Heroes before. Those are the ones I'm trying to hit on the guys who are going to get MUT Heroes, because I think that's going to be the biggest bang for your buck. But that's why I'm going after everybody. Anybody who has cheap powers, I'm just might as well, because even if you lose coins, you could just wait till they get another upgrade. Eventually, some of these guys will get big upgrades, and that's probably what I got. A couple of James White because they were going for like under 1,000. I was like, might as well just get them. Like they're under 1,000, who knows? And that's what I did with like Linval Joseph. He's not one that I was like, he's not gonna get a card that anybody's gonna really want. But if he does get a card, it's gonna go. It's going for like 3.5 now, 1,000. So I'm like, fuck. I mean, might as well. You buy for under 1,000, and then you sell them for 3 or 4,000. You're still making a lot of coins, and that's the only time those certain players I would only buy for like under 1,000, because I don't think that their cards are ever gonna be that wanted. Now, a guy like David Johnson is somebody who, if he gets he could possibly get a really glitchy card, and it's gonna be a wanted card. I want to get more Le'Veon Bells, but his price is not that low. And who knows when he's going to get up. Like, you know what I mean? I think he's going to get an upgrade, but I like to get him for like 3K. And it's hard to find him for 3K, but that's the price I'm setting at for him. Because I don't want to take big losses on some of these. And I don't think 3K you'll ever take a loss. I got some Zeeks because I got him for like 7K because the market flooded a little bit. And I'll just hold on to him once he gets the power. Maybe it goes up to like 20K, who knows? But I bought it for like 7K when the shit, when like, you know, you look at the market when stuff starts going down. Tight ends, we got a bunch. Greg Olson's one that goes up and down. Like, I looked early and it was going, they were like, cheapest one was like 8,000. I'm like, is something coming down with him? And then, you know, they dropped. So I try to get them between like low 3,000s, 2,000s to get Greg Olson's. You don't have to do the ones I do. And again, if there's idiots that are flooding the market, they can really hurt the market on cards. I got a lot of Jordan Reeds. I believe so, yeah. We have a lot of Jordan Reeds. I think he's getting a card tomorrow. Just a little FYI, he's getting a card tomorrow, I believe. He's getting a must stars. But it's only going to be like an 85 overall, so I don't really know about this one. So I've been only getting him for like 3K, 2K, because he's going to get a low overall card. And they didn't give him like great speed this year. So I'm curious to see his speed stats. But not a lot of tight ends do have great speed, but I have a lot of them. He's getting a card tomorrow. It's a little bonus for the guys who don't know. He's getting a card tomorrow. I believe it's an 85. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to guarantee it. All right, I don't want people just go crazy. Don't, like I said, 2 or 3K is what I'm paying for him. I'm not paying any more. Like, this price right here is not a price I'm willing to pay. But I have a bunch of them because I've been sniping them over a 3-day period. I just look every now and then. Oh shit, there's one going for 2K. Let me buy that. Left ends, we have a shit ton. We got a lot of Calais Campbells. We got Cameron Jordans. I think I'm covered on who's gonna get MUT Heroes. I got every freaking left end in the game. I better hit on one of these MUT Heroes. I mean, Michael Bennett, I've been getting Michael Bennett for like under 1,000 coins. What if he gets MUT Hero? That's going to be a crazy flip. I mean, I'll take this one for 1,000. Fuck it. Might as well get another. I got like 30 Michael Bennett's because I'm getting them all for like 1,000 or less. So I'm like, whatever. I'll just keep stacking up on Michael Bennett's. Hopefully he gets a glitchy card. And, you know, even if it only goes to 5,000, I just turned, you know, let's say if I bought 30 for then, that's 30,000. I turned 30,000 to like what? Was that 120,000, something like that, after taxes? So that's crazy. I don't have a lot of Leonard Williams. I think he might have a team builder or something like that. That's the problem. I don't know. I got to double check on that. I'm not going to do it while I'm doing the video. But that's what I do. When I come back on the game, I go through the players that I've already bought a bunch of, and I look and see whose prices is just like, oh, that's 150. I'll take that. I mean, if he's a good possibility to get MUT Heroes. I'll take for 1,500. Hey, he might go up to 10,000. It's a lot of coins, especially when you see how many I have. If I'm buying them a lot of these for that price, again, that's what I do. That's like, if you have coins, I invest in these. But I have a lot of coins. Obviously, if you don't have a lot of coins, you can do sniping. Again, I'm gonna come out with like a sniping video. But again, when you're posting these cards, do not flood the auction house. Post one of them at a time at a price that will sell. If you see there's a bunch jammed up at 10K, you post one for $8.99. It sells. You post, you look again, you put, like, that's how you sell the cards. Don't just flood the market with your cards. You're just gonna drop the value of everybody's investment. Don't do that. Don't do it. It's just a bad habit that people have. Like, we just have a bunch of cards for everything. Like, you know, some of these are cards that I pulled randomly that are going for cheap. It's not cards that I like. I think Chandler Jones might be one of the guys who's getting a card tomorrow. Again, I'm getting them for like whenever they're under like 2K. As soon as around 2K, I'll buy another one. Who cares? Hopefully goes up to like 5K, 7K, whatever. You're doubling, tripling your coins, and your coin stacks are just going to go up. When I pop off all these investments, like I said, I already have 2 million coins. And we just have, there's not a lot of free safeties. He's a really fast free safety, so he's one that I'm curious on. I don't know if he's ever going to get a card, but whenever he's going for like 2K, I'll buy one. I haven't bought a lot because his price is usually around 3K. So I only buy it when it's like low. I bought some for like 1,000, 1,500, some for 2,000, but his price never dips down that low. I bought some Eric Berry's. Maybe he'll get a flashback. He's not on the team currently. I don't think he's still signed. Maybe he signs hopefully. Yeah, might as well buy another Eric Berry. Who cares? 1,300 coins. Nothing too spectacular, but Eric Berry is usually one of those guys who's a big Madden player. Anybody who's played Madden years knows how, you know, people want Eric Berry cards. So just keep that in mind. Players who are like really popular, who cards are going for cheap. You know, you guys know who the superstars are. But again, the biggest thing of this video is we're gonna make coins. That you guys can see pretty much every card. The only card, let me show them, is Yannick Ngakoue, because I think that's what happened, is that people just flooded his cards. Not this one, is the right end. People just flooded the market with his card. I have Ingram. I have everybody. You know what I mean? Look, we're ready for whoever y'all want to bring out. EA, just keep bringing out cards. I love it. Constant contact. We still have like 4 of these. You see his price. Like, he was going for like 2.5K, but his price is because people flooded the market with his card. And like, people were just, you know, I'll just wait. His card, after a while, it might go up again. Or I'll just wait till his next card comes out. So it's no big deal with these investments too. You can always wait. They're going to get another upgrade eventually. So even if his price doesn't go up to what you want to, because, you know, people just go crazy in the auction house and don't know how to sell cards, or he gets an underwhelming card, which I think is a combination. His card was ass, and people flooded the auction house. Because if he had a great card, it doesn't matter that people flood the auction house. Those cards will be off the auction house. Problem is, he got a bad upgrade. He's like not super fast. He doesn't have high anything. Like Joey Bosa has 91 finesse, so he hits the threshold. That card hit no thresholds. He's not that fast, and he's supposed to be like a fast card, and he's not like super fast. Like, so, you know, that's what happens. The card has to be desirable, and people are smart, and then you could get like those 30K cards that go up to 30K or something like that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'm just trying to tell you guys, it's not only buying cards real cheap. Don't go crazy. Like, you see how I just buy like 1 card, 2 cards at a time. I don't go and buy 10 cards straight. I buy one because that was one that's really cheap. If people go on to go try to sell another one, they're going to undercut those that are in the auction house. And when I come back, oh, I got another cheap one. Now, if I were to buy 5 straight cards, the value just went up. So when somebody posts it, they're not going to post it down here, where if I would have left those cards there, they're going to post it right here. So you always want to keep that in mind. When you're buying cards, don't buy a bunch of cards of one and a bunch. Now, if you see some, now if you know a card goes for like 5K and you see like 5 of them for 1,000, and then there's 5K, yeah, buy those 5 cards up. Yes, by all means. But don't go up there and you see buy one for like 4K and then 5K, 6, and then bring the price up to like 7K. No, you want to leave some up there for people to keep, you know, dropping the card value, and you keep buying them at a really good price. The same thing with posting. Post 1 card at a time. Sell it, post it again, you know what I mean? For the value doesn't collapse on the cards. That's pretty much it. That's just a little bit informative. Again, I'm going to drop a sniping video. But again, once we get more promos, more cards, sniping filters become more powerful. In the beginning of the year, it's not really good to, not great to snipe. You can still snipe. But there's not great filters. You're just sniping. There's not great filters because there's not a lot of variants and a lot of cards in the market. Now that there's more cards, a lot of more variants, a little different programs, you can start building better filters. That's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please make sure to leave a like down below. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe. Till next time, guys.